Hi there, I'm back. My birthday is January 18th, and ironically enough, that is only 2 days after the new Magician's Soul comes out, which I'm actually really excited for. Anyone who knows anything about me knows that Spyral is one of my favorite decks of all time, as far as combo decks are concerned. It's one of my absolute all-time favorites. That being said, I can't think of a better way to share with you my hype for Magician's Souls than to share with you a Spyral list before Magician's Souls drops. Hey man, it made more sense in my head. Just roll with it, okay? Anyways, Spyrals, top right into it. So, as with my Mermails, I don't really have a game plan with this deck. It's a bit more clear-cut because you know you always want to end on Sleeper, so that's cool. But I played this deck back when it was still going second spies. We still had triple terraforming. We still had a Nightmare Mermaid. We still had Nightmare Goblin. Good stuff. But I long since dropped the deck once it got too many hits. But now with Magician's Soul coming out, I'm breaking it back. I'm bringing it back. I'm breaking it out. So let's go through it. Love this deck to death. 3 copies of Spyral Super Agent. It's a free body. You guess the top card of your opponent's deck, whether it's monster, spell, or trap, and if you guess right, you get a special summon it. If specialed by the effect of a Spyral card, it's going to pop a back row, so snipe out that pesky Called by the Grave. You don't want them hitting Master Plan. You're a good player, you'll hit it. And then it's a Spyral monster, so it makes double helix. Level 4 too, and it's Earth. That's relevant, kinda. 3 copies of Tough. It's one of those aspects that always carried over from my going second builds, and I don't really feel like cutting it because I feel like the extra Spyral names are important. It doesn't do anything on summon, but once per turn you can target a card your opponent controls, guess the top card of their deck, and if you guess right, pop it. And it doesn't have to target back row, it can target monsters as well, it can target any card. So it's good for sniping out problem cards, and as far as that goes, it also lets you know what the top card of your opponent's deck is, so you can get your agent call right. Going second, it's so good. Such a good normal summon. 1 copy of Quick Fix and 1 copy of Drone. They're both at 1, so we're going to play 1. On summon, this searches a Spyral Gear card, so it searches Monster Reborn basically, and it also searches this guy, and another key piece we'll talk about. And then in Grave, if you control a Super Agent, discard a card specially, but banish it when it leaves the field. Although, it won't get banished, because there are ways to abuse this. On Summon, Drones is going to let you stack the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. So, it got limited, so going first Spyral decks wouldn't really be too much of a thing, even though they still kind of are sometimes. It's really strong. Being able to just stack your opponent's deck basically is cool. Any kaijus or evenly matches or problem cards that you might have had to deal with, you can just say no. It's 2 cards down. You know what I mean? Really good card. 1 copy of Sleeper and 1 copy of Spyral Gear Last Resort. The boss monster of the deck and what makes it the boss monster of the deck. You special summon this by banishing 3 Spyral cards from Grave. Not hard to do at all. And then it lets you pop 2 cards your opponent controls by targeting and popping 1 Spyral card you control. So you target itself, and if it's equipped with Last Resort, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. And your opponent can't target it with card effects. So being unable to be targeted or destroyed makes it really oppressive, and alongside popping 2 cards, it's basically double Trident, or double Masterpiece, or whatever you want to refer it to. The popping's really good, really oppressive, and without this, the deck would not be nearly as good. 1 copy of Master Plan. It's what runs the deck for the most part, and you don't want this game called by the grave, so the fact that everything in the deck pops cards, it's great. As a self once per turn, it searches Spyral mission cards, so it searches your stuff that you're going to be discarding for stuff. And then if sent from field to grave, searches a Spyral monster and Spyral Resort from deck to hand. So it lets you gain a shit ton of advantage. You're going to be resummoning this a lot because the adding of the mission is soft. So you can just keep adding missions and then keep discarding missions. Nutty stuff. Good for link climbing. Now for just blanketly good cards. 1 copy of Armageddon Knight, one copy of Destrudo, and one copy of Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. This dumps any dark, so it can dump this, it can dump Destrudo or Zephyros, so depending on what you need, good card. Everyone should know what Destrudo does by now. I'm not really going to explain it, but what I will say is I'm not running any level 7 synchros to make with Destrudo. If you want to run Dawn Dragster or Zeta or something like that, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you, but I usually just use this for link material. Same thing with Zephyros, although Zephyros is a level 4, so it can make Dweller or whatnot. And then it special summons itself from grave by bouncing a face-up card. So the idea with this is just you bounce Resort back to your hand, and then you get to reactivate Resort and search again. Good card, good stuff. One copy of Glow Bulb. It's a level 1, so it makes that Lyrilisc bitch thingy, and it lets you it helps make the rank 1, so you can reuse Quick Fix. That's the big thing. But it also makes Nat Beast with Super Agent. So Nat Beast is a GG kind of card against most decks, so it's the reason we play that. One copy of DD Crow because the Lyrilisc bitch searches her, and since it's searchable, I didn't see any reason not to play it. Even if you hard draw it, it's whatever, because it's still a hand trap, it still can be used to disrupt your opponent, so I see no problems. 3 copies of Cyframe Gear Gamma, along with the 1 driver to use with that. I feel like it's a good pick, because there are a lot of plays you can make without committing a monster to board. So if they try to hand trap you at any point, you can just Gamma, and then, yeah, you get 2 free bodies for your trouble. I'm not playing Omega to make with these, but again, it's something you could if you want to. Using these as extra link materials is pretty valuable sometimes, though. Good card for sure. And then onto the spells. 1 copy of Spyral Resort, 1 copy of Ravine, and 1 copy of Pseudospace. So this keeps your Spyral cards from being targeted, searches a Spyral monster once per turn, and then during the end phase, it has a maintenance cost to shuffle a monster from grave in a deck. You cannot shuffle back extra deck monsters with this, and that's unfortunate, but it's whatever. You can reuse this by shuffling it back with Unicorn or bouncing it back with Zephyros, so it gets pretty good. Ravine dumps Destrudo. Since I'm not playing any dangers in the deck, this helps alleviate the need for a discard outlet. And then this lets you copy one of these. I just thought it was a good idea, especially in the grind game if you need to get extra searches with Resort. It hasn't really failed me yet, so I'm not really complaining too much. 1 copy of Terraforming and 1 copy of Set Rotation. This searches field spells, whatever. This also basically searches for field spells, whatever. Getting locked down from field spells isn't really an issue with this deck, because if it comes to the point where you need to activate another Resort or something, you can just pop the field spell you gave them with Tougher Agent, so it's cool. Oh, also, this turns Tough into a really good normal summon going first, because you give them a card to target with Tough, so that's pretty cool. 3 copies of Called by the Grave, because you don't fuck with hand traps, not at all. You want to stop them at all costs. Gamma already does that, but this just ensures that, this along with Gamma ensures that you can stop hand traps pretty effectively. And if you don't need to stop hand traps, just set it and use it for disruption. Solid card. 2 copies of Foolish Burial Goods and 1 copy of Foolish Burial. This is either Monster Reborn or double summon in the deck. And it's pretty cool. It's a hard once per turn, so that's why you only play 2, but you still see it whenever you need it. And then Foolish Burial, limited, but it dumps anything. You already played Destrudo, Glow Bulb, Destrudo, Master Plan, any Spyral monster, Quick Fix. This card is so versatile. 2 copies of Monster Reborn, and then 1 copy of Monster Reborn. This is searchable off a Quick Fix. It lets you revive a Spyral monster, and then it equips itself to it. It's a hard once per turn, but I feel like 2 is necessary, even though it's searchable, because for the grind game, and you resummon Quick Fix a lot, and you want to have stuff to search, pretty good card. Hard drawing into an extender is not bad either, and then Monster Reborn summons anything, so, you know. 1 copy of Rhoda to search your super agent or your tough, and then 1 copy of 1-for-1 to summon your drone or your quick fix. Depending on what you pitch for 1-for-1, this can get pretty nutty, especially because this and any monster, this is combo by itself, because quick fix searches drone, and then drone stacks your opponent's deck, and from there you have combo. But if you dump like a Destrudo or a Glow Bulb or a Zephyros with this, that's when things get really good. So 1-for-1's nutty in the deck, there's no reason not to play it. 1 copy of Spyral Mission Assault. This is one of your Foolish Burial targets and your Master Plan search targets. You banish it from grave to special spy from hand, so it helps you push, it helps you extend, and it helps you get started if you can't get started. The field effect lets you draw cards when Spyral monsters destroy cards, but it never really comes up too much, although it can. And then for the final 3 cards, the traps, 3 Spyral Mission Rescue. On field it lets you recur Spyral cards, but that's not what we care about. We care about its grave effect, which lets you banish it to resurrect a Spyral card from grave. So again, Foolish Burial Goods is either Monster Reborn or Double Summon. So it's really good card. And it's not once per turn, not at all. So you literally just keep using this over and over again. Now for the extra deck, which is definitely going to change, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'll do to it, but I'll do something. 2 copies of Double Helix, double Helix. So what makes the deck good, you can guess the top card of your opponent's deck, and if you guess right, special spy from your deck or grave to a zone that it points to, or add it to your hand. Really good card. Summons Master Plan. That's the only thing you're ever going to be summoning with this, because Master Plan gets you so much value. 1 copy of Barricade Borg Blocker. It's really good because it gives you a discard outlet going first. You discard card, and during the end phase, add Continuous or Field Spell from your grave to hand. You don't have to have a target to activate this, and you don't have to add during the end phase to activate this. You can activate it and not be able to add. It's perfectly fine. You can still pay cost, which is what you care about. Phoenix, Cerberus, Unicorn, Griffin. All nightmares, all discard outlets. They help break your opponent's board going second. And then if you co-link them all, when you activate their effects, you draw. So Value Town, anyone? Griffin's really good going first too, because Griffin's it's really good, especially I feel like going forward, once April rolls around, this is going to get really good because decks are not going to be playing Link monsters as much. So this will essentially say negate everything regardless if they're not playing any Link monsters. So good card. Link Rebo. You played numerous level 1s in the deck, and this helps you Link climb in some instances. Good card. 1 copy of Curious. You can make it with either the Earths, or you can make it with the Darks, and it's really good. A lot of times I find myself dumping Zephyros, but in reality you can dump whatever you need with this, so no reason not to play it. 1 copy of Trigate Wizard. I was debating with this over Decode Talker, because while this is an extra negate, it's a little awkward to go into now with all the hits it's taken, whereas Decode Talker is an OTK. So I don't know, but I've been playing Trigate Wizard recently. For the Link 4s, 1 Skull Dread and 1 Borrelsword Dragon. This helps you push, and this helps you OTK. Not much to say about any of them. I wish I had an Appaloosa, but I'm not made of money, so if I got an Appaloosa, this deck would be nutty, and I'd probably be playing it right now. 1 copy of Leerless Crusader Starling. You overlay with level 1s, and then it searches level 1 Winged Beast. So you search DD Crow, and then you get to reuse Quick Fix, so it's the reason this exists. 1 copy of Dweller to stop the Grave decks. Auto wins against a lot of decks. And then 1 copy of Nat Beast, because it auto wins against a lot of decks, and you can make it. Especially with Curious being able to dump anything, getting to this isn't hard at all. Like, if you specifically need to make Nat Beast, and you know making Nat Beast will win you the game, you can definitely tutor for it. You can get to it. It's not hard. I'm so excited for Magician Souls, dude. Like, you have no idea. This was one of my first competitive decks of all time, and it definitely stood the test of time. I'm hoping we get something Spirally off the ban list. I don't think they'll give us a second resort, although I think that's probably the correct thing to do, just because it's a good consistency booster all around. One extra copy of Quick Fix or drones isn't going to do anything. I think an extra resort will, because it's an extra consistency piece. It searches anything. So, that being said, hope you guys like the deck profile. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if I'm somewhat decent and all that. 100 subscribers before my birthday, yada yada. You know the deal, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.